It's Thursday, the 16th of April, 2020. Thank you, Sal.
Well, I was just saying that Chung Fu wanted to go online, actually. That's how it all began. Chung Fu said, I want Chung Fu channel. And we were joking with him and saying, you've got a channel with Sally. And he was like, no, I want a channel. I want to speak to the world. So we started going online. And of course, it's a massive learning curve. Many of you may be in that learning curve right now of, trying to get together Zoom and all these ways to keep your social life going at the moment. And I sort of feel very compassionate towards, I actually do still have friends who don't use internet at all or have mobile phones. So I think it must be very, very challenging for them. And if we weren't doing this kind of outreach work, we'd probably be, going out to find those people who are very isolated at the moment. So it's wonderful that we have this tool. And I hope that those around you who maybe need a bit of assistance, maybe you can find them and help them. So what a time in history. And I don't know where all of you are at, but I'm sure if you're coming on this channel, you'll be working with Chung Fu and doing your spiritual practice, because from a lot of mediums and channels and teachers, not that I see them all, but the ones I do see, that is the message. That is the message. We are the light workers, and we're being asked to hold a vibration, hold a particular field, a resonant field of light, because of everything that's going on that is not of the lights, that we have to get even stronger, and that it is in a certain way a big confrontation between those forces. So, without much further ado, I think you probably would rather hear from those wonderful beings who I have the great honor to bring through to you. So I'm going to go into trance now and call in Goddess Isis, or Isa, she called herself. She came in to my body only six years ago in 2014. And since then, she comes in whenever I change my space. So it's as though, I don't know if I go into her temple or she comes into our temple. It's both. And she made it very clear she was Isa, but Chung Fu said it's the goddess Isis. So we always say it's an aspect of the goddess Isis, not really having total knowledge of these high level things. But also so interesting that I think that was the same year, or maybe it had already started happening, that you kept hearing on the news, ISIS this and ISIS that. And that actually meant the terrorist groups. And it was very confusing for people who had never heard of the goddess Isis. Of course, within our own communities, people have. So, but that was interesting, wasn't it? That she called herself Isa. And I feel that it had a lot to do with that other confusing information.
Well, you've got your boy here supporting you, and you've got my brother, big brother Deshaun, also says big love, Mum.
Hi, Deshaun. Hi, darling. How lovely to see you. Well, I can't see you actually, but I'm so glad that you're there.
And Catherine says, how lovely to see you, Sally. You look so well. Love and peace. Been in the garden. She's been in the garden.
Oh, great. Yes, I've been in the garden quite a lot. Is that what you mean? I have. Yes, I have.
I think I've been in the garden. She's been in the garden. Yeah.
That's it.
And Damon says, right on, Sally. I've always dreamed of living in a trusted way with the land. Despite 1,000 ways of discouragement, I still believe in it. You're really quite a special one to my eyes, Sally.
Oh, thank you so much, Damon.
And Janet says, I am so happy to be here with you all. And she says, love Isa. She loves Isis. Julie Andrews says, hello, Sally. How lovely to see you here too. Hello, Jerome. Much love to you all. And Alana says, I'd love to hear you too, Sally.
Oh, hi, Alana. Long time no see.
Deshaun says, yo.
Deshaun says many more things than yo, by the way. He says many things. And maybe, Deshaun, you'd like to pop your video into the stream here and let everybody know about that. I think Jerome's doing it, actually.
I can share. Deshaun has a new track out.
That's it.
called
Shadow Puppets. And it's very relevant to our time, actually. It's kind of about mental health, which is, really under siege at the moment, isn't it? A lot of people are having great difficulty dealing with the levels of fear that are being pumped out. So just remember, we're together. We're a really strong team. Check in with us. We'll check in with you. Keep the vibe strong. Keep remembering it's all in the mind. I mean, do remember that, all these things are born in the minds of, the things that scare you are born in the minds of very frightened, very weak beings, actually. And that you belong to strength, you belong to the divine beings, and just got to really remember that with all your heart. So, yeah, and I just want to say that dream, in Glastonbury, if you walk down the street and you say, what's your dream? They say, I want to live on the land and grow my own food and live in a really simple way close to the earth. It's like everybody's dream. So, well, let's really see that happening.
And if everybody planted shungite and tourmaline in their gardens, and basically that's on a purely scientific level, if we all planted shungite and tourmaline in our gardens, we would be empowering the Earth's grid.
You don't have to do a lot, and it can be second grade shungite.
Yeah.
But, the thing is, there is a grid going up around the world. And if you want to know about that, tune into Cosmic Reality, Nancy Hopkins on Cosmic Reality. And she talks about the grid, the grid that's being created. And there's a whole network of people creating a shungite grid for the safety of the earth.
It could be grade 2 like this. You could break up a piece like this and it could go a long way. And just, tourmaline, again, you can break it up and, you'd be basically empowering the dragon beings and all the earth beings to...
And they're really active at the moment.
Yeah. So I just feel really strongly positive to say that, and to work with dark crystals, to work with powerful grounding. Let's not forget the tools that we are being blessed and gifted with, Rian says, hi, Sal.
Hi, Rian.
All the Chung Fu family, blessings and peace. I'm going to watch later as my internet is constantly buffering.
Well, there you go.
Shirley Ann says, hi, Sally.
Hi, Shirley Ann.
Jen Wilson, we are from a windy Portugal.
Hello, Charlie.
Windy Portugal.
Hiya.
Leela says, hey, Sally, lovely to see you.
That's great.
Jules says, sending much love.
Blessings.
Annie Sapseed says, love seeing you, Sally.
Hi, Annie. Hello.
Thank you for your wisdom. Tegwin, love you, Sally.
Taxi.
Valerie, happy to see and listen to you, Sally.
All right, Val.
Alison, you have the most gorgeous smile, Sally. Caro, big love to you from London. Big love.
Blessings.
Joanna, love you, Sally.
Hi, Johanna. Great, what a celebration. Let's go in. Lots of love. Come in with me into the beautiful worlds of light where dwells so many beings, and we pray to them. We pray to all the beings of light to come forward, to come in, close into you, remembering that we're made of light. So we're inviting them to augment our light bodies. Breathing deep, connecting to the earth, to our beloved earth that we are here to defend and save and love and nourish as she loves and nourishes us and supports us. We're really called to all our guides and helpers to be with us in this time of sharing our connection with spirit and with the divine beings, as they need us to connect with them so that we can bring their energy embodied onto the earth. We are the earth beings, and we bring in the solar beings, the star beings, the beings of really powerful light who we need to do magic here on earth. Welcome to Isa. Welcome to Chung Fu. Welcome to all your guides and helpers. How lovely to have spoken to you first. Thank you. Hey, 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 hey.
sing along, everybody. Let's all sing together and calling in our guides. Call in all your spirit helpers. Light your candles. Get your crystals out. Get your shungite out. Great love, brother. He's shining up the world. Love you, bro.
Light our candles.
Calling in all ascended beings and deities. Ganesha, Amon Shungim, Nordon, Great Bear of the North Star. Calling in all the archangels. Michael, Uriel, Gabriel, Raphael, Zadkiel, Jophael, Ezekiel, Metatron, Gaiatron. Calling in Great White Tara, calling in the Buddha, calling in Kuan Yin, calling all the crystal beings that work with us, calling in the 10 solar lords that work with us, Kalmalia, Narudon, Iron, Miraeva, Guardian, Argonon, Ariston, Isarea, Gaia Trina, and Auran. Calling in the Sound Lords, Amaradon, Arathon, Maradara, Geonodon, Corditon, and Naraya. Calling in the Sound Lords of ancient Hathor time, Sirius. Just feeling yourself sounding along with Isis and all of the deities and ascended beings coming in to all of us. Opening our chakras together to join together. Moving any fear, any anxieties, any worries. Letting your bodies move or shake as we open up together.
Usinyatan kiruyushi Santi sukanamisu Munyatam shane koretaim Sukatya namete koisha Siketi roetan tiameka Atinyeme suketyanate Usikarenya temte Itoye karena temskechana, tushkeretanya, tukisayetanate, ujanema kocharanam. Onion, sequera, ochenam tekakoita, osiame, chame guam, osiawe kamtaita skachana. My beloved children, beloved of my heart, you who carry me forward into physical form. I walk in your feet. I talk through your voice, my beloved, in these times of my presence close here upon the earth. I am come to do a deep work with you, my beloveds. This is a time of birthing. Through you I bring my new creation. It is only the beginning, my beloved children, of where I bring it to your heart, that it may grow strong, and the love pour in to nourish this vision in you and close around you. Sow these seeds of love, of kindness, compassion, seeds of truth, of honesty, seeds of responsibility, of taking charge of this earth, this beautiful creation, understanding, my beautiful children, that I am calling from within you, and I am calling from the source, and it is one call. It is from within to within. It is a call to bring forward your power to manifestation. Hundreds and millions of hundreds of thousands of beings awakening. For each one of you, thousands more are in your soul group across the whole of this earth awakening. Feel them. Open your mind. Feel your mind traveling to find your sisters and brothers where they are awakening. Upon the earth, all around the earth. Stretch your heart and embrace them. Feel your love going out to those who are powerful and strong and able to create this new reality together with us. Call them to you on the inside. And to those who are damaged, weak, afraid, send your love to strengthen, to support, to heal, to mend, to hold safe. Beloved ones who are gathered here, I am Isis, Mother of Creation, coming through each and every one here present. You know me. You have always known me. Though you may have forgotten me in some lives, yet I am with you at all times. And you are free, my beloved. Free to create with me to whatever extent you are able to be present with me, even for a moment, or for a long time, or forever. My beloved, know this: I am with you in all of the phases of your evolution, in all of your lives, as man, as woman, and in all of your expressions in all the realms that have been, as animal and bird, as fish and whale, as tree and plant and rock and stone. My beloved, I am within the essence of life and the power that is love. We are one vast, multiple expression of divine love, manifesting in a myriad of forms. Show me, my beloved children, your visions and dreams. I am empowering them all. I love you. I bring you my blessings in every moment. Thank you so much, Jerome. Blessings and peace to you all. Thank you for coming to share this little bit of time with Chung Fu and each other. And each other, that is so important. Becoming aware of who is there with you, reaching out to each other is so important. Notice how each other are feeling. That human compassion is so vital and necessary, as many people do not have the normal circles of support that they have normally in their life. So we welcome everybody here and all your guides and helpers and the great company of spirit beings who come forward. Whenever we open up these gateways of light, open the chakras, really feel yourself as a portal. Of course, if that is, you're in an appropriate place to open up. Do be aware that when you open up, it does happen. You do open up. And so then you have to remember to close down again. So if you're in a conducive and protected and private space, do open right up. Otherwise, just listen and perhaps later have a deeper experience, which you can have by by playing it again later. Peace to you, one. So remembering that it's literally a thought away, the power that you need, the love, the presence divine, it's up to you to open up and call it in. It's you. It's not something separate. It doesn't, it's not in another dimension in that sense away from you. It's another dimension within you. You are the divine beings. You are here with part of yourself. So you're calling in all of you. And with that higher self presence that you're calling in and feeling, imagining coming in, expanding your centers to feel the bigger, more radiant you. And making that special effort, that special affirmation, it does happen immediately that your physical body, your emotional body become charged up with that special presence and love that is both your higher self, and your higher self is completely at one with the divine. So there's no break in the chain. There's no, I've got to suddenly traverse half of the galaxy to get to God. God is within. God is. Goddess is within. And so it's understanding language and how language has been quietly used to separate you from your divine right, from your true being. Many religions speak about only certain people get to heaven, only certain souls have access to God, Goddess. It is not so. It is you, your decision as to whether you have access. No one can stop you. There's no pecking order. There's no better or worse. And so that is to understand the vastness of divine presence and to realize the power, the infinite power, and the literally, the love that has no limits. In that sense, you have it within you, that power. It is good to reach for that love that has no conditions. It's unconditional and it's limitless and it's eternal. You might say, well, surely, Chung Fu, not everybody deserves this love. But the thing is, you see, and you'll notice that within yourself, you're only capable of receiving as much love as you're capable of feeling. So it goes without saying that if people or beings don't have any love, they find it very difficult to access divine love. And likewise within yourselves, you will find that in some place you've been subtly perhaps wounded or your mind may have been affected to believe that you're not worthy in some way of the best possible love, of the most incredible, luminous, radiant love. But you are, you see. You deserve it. It's your divine right. It's who you are. And so as we invite all the spirits in, that is what they bring, beloved. They come in, you could say trumpets blaring. They come in. If you open right up, then the beings of light they just celebrate, they sing, and they come and they bring that golden light to you. And that is the honest truth, beloved ones. It's up to you. And so you will find you have a limit. You'll go, I'll open this much. And then you realize, that was really nice, actually. I think I'll open this much. Oh, that feels really good. I'll just keep on opening until you realize, I am radiating this light now. It is just pouring through me. So that is your relationship with the divine beings, dear one. It is up to you. Same, of course, with your guides and helpers and all these beings. They have one simple intention, and that is your evolution. All the beings who surround you, you could say you're like the hero on your path, and they are all cheering you on. They are also giving you wisdom, advice, guidance from within. So if you listen well, and if you are able to do different kinds of spiritual practice, there's no one only kind. But if you're able to do it every day, then you will get better and better at hearing the guidance that does come for you. It definitely comes because You are part of a great oversoul, and it's constant. It isn't, oh, we switch it on Mondays and off on Tuesdays and on Wednesdays. It's always there. It's non-time governed. There is no time in this part of your being that connects to the divine. There's time, of course, in your physical life, which is why I always ask you, did you manage to do your practice today? Because for some people, they think it's an option, and fair enough. That's their prerogative. And so some days they do it and some days they don't. Well, if you can be part of the tribe that does it every day, what starts to happen is an incrementing also of your physical ability to love, your physical, your ability to sustain that vibration, that resonant field that is positive and fills people with joy. Because you see, that's the thing. Why wouldn't, when you think about it, why wouldn't everybody be just filled with joy right now? Well, because what's being propagated is, a lot of truth and a lot of lies, but all of them are very difficult for you to assimilate right now. So you need the joy factor. If you can find a good comedy to watch, for goodness sake, do so. If you can find uplifting activities, singing music, playing music, do it. If you love to go out in nature and look at the beauty of nature, do it. If you can possibly do all those things, I strongly recommend, of course, that you do anything that will lift your spirits and take your mind off any kind of obsessive energies you might have going on that want to know, more about everything that's so hidden from view right now. Try to take time out. I'm not saying don't do your research, do by all means, but understand this. Right now, I promise you that for all humanity, other than those active on what we would call the front line of certain kinds of occupation in your world, which is basically either dealing with disease or dealing with the new tech or dealing with the energies behind all of it, unless you are doing that for your job, and that is something that you know you are doing, just give yourself a break. Come away, come into your connection with the divine beings and know that they are working literally all the time right now to fill you with inspiration, to fill you with joy, to fill you with love, to enable you to have a special amount of energy right now in your life to deal with the amount of darkness that is on the other end of the spectrum, so dark that you need all the light that you can have within you to fill you up, to realize all realities are a choice and you choose the light, to understand that there are many facts coming out into the public domain that are being revealed, as we have been saying for many years, that the light is so strong and getting stronger towards this point of creation of the golden age, towards these seeds that are being sown that are, they will take time. But that light has been getting stronger and stronger. And many of you here, you've known me a long time. You've been developing your own capacity to hold this light. It takes preparation. It takes practice. It literally is, you're like an athlete. I've often used that phrase. And you all would remember that. You're like an athlete running one of the most important races ever to be run upon the earth. A stamina that you need in order to bring this new creation through. And we could say, in the face of all opposition, that there is a strong opposition that is, a destructive force, which you will feel. And of course, what will happen in the presence of the light is it will destroy itself ultimately. That is the law. You cannot get away from the cosmic divine law. And that is that, as you do unto others, so shall it be done unto you. That is the truth. And so that's the law. And so the law of reflection, the law of attraction, of course, once the illusion is broken and the light is shining through all of you, and that is why we call you to this practice together. Once that happens, then we could just say that the dark implodes upon itself. That is the only destiny it can have. Of course, you understand. You understand the principles of light because you're all light workers, and you understand the principles of love. You never switch off the love. God, Goddess, divine beings, ascended beings, they just simply are the love. They never switch it off. They never say, well, I'll love those people and not those people. They don't. It just doesn't happen. And so that is why this light is so scary for those who are basically in the illusion and in the darkness. So bring yourself out of that kind of, in any way, connection, really. You can find out, but then you tie cut with anything that you discover that is not of the light, and you return to your work. It's like you might take a walk out into the various realities all around you, whatever is reported, and some of it is lies, some of it is true, but you just take that walk into the cosmos of realities, and then you return and you create your reality with a fierce determination. You don't come off that at all. You understand? That's the attempt that's being made to distract you, to bring doubt into you. You don't need doubt. You don't need fear. You just remain very certain that you are the agents, the conduits of the creation power from the divine source coming through right now. And you will feel it. I'm sure all of you are feeling it indeed as you are coming forward and we are sharing this time together. So really feeling all your centers opening wide. Feeling yourself understanding that you are like an instrument and that you can be closed and you can be open. And when you feel safe and in your own personal space, you can be totally open and really expand your field, open all your chakras, feel their colors, feel they are reaching right out into the space around you and into the dimensions of light where your higher self lives. And that as you open your chakras and you spin them and you energize your field with an inner electromagnetic power that is coming from your volition, you then connect with the highest sources of light and you make yourself safe. And all the time that you open your centers, if you are in a place that is in any way possible to be, if you like, compromised in any way, maybe you're in someone else's house or you're just aware of a lot going on a bit further around you. And so you put mirrors up around your auric space. So you have all your colors and the beauty that hopefully all of you have been working with my chakra practice that I brought forward, especially empowered for this time. And within that field that you create, understand you are very safe and also, however, very open. So put mirrors up around your field. And again, it's very quick. You don't have to labor it. You just have to command it. That mirrors a mosaic of beautiful, pyramidal mirrors, also in many smaller shapes, a mosaic all around you. And those mirrors are protecting your field. And only the light will come in there, only love. So peace, dear ones, and feel what is within you, what you're dealing with today. And feel how you have this light that's available, this love, this presence, and bring whatever it is, anything within you, into the presence as though the light would shine on it and open up the whole subject for you and show you the truth. Because you have access to the divine source. And that is my greatest passion with you. I come forward to help you have that connection of your own, to really know it is true, to use it, to work with it in every possible way, to co-create together. So let me hear anything that you would like to ask of me today. Peace, dear ones.
Peace, Chung Fu. Okay. Question from Draupadi. Chung Fu, what do you suggest around navigating all the information and misinformation flooding in? And do you feel it's better to stay away from it all? Or is it our duty to stay informed? I feel like you just answered that.
Yes, but I'll answer it again. Maybe she wasn't there. So basically what I said to you, dear one, is some of you, not all of you, find it is your duty. You will feel it from within. I need to know. I've got to know. Then you have extra special requirement for yourself to take out from it, to not be attached to any of the information. It's a sea of both information and disinformation, as you so rightly say. So what you need to do is return to prayer, return to connect with Source, to the divine beings. You know, you take the information and you present it to them, and you just say, just tell me which of this I need to and don't need to pay attention to. And you sort of offer it up, because it is all, you know, your earthly work. And if you are a teacher, a leader, someone who has a lot of people who they are taking care of, it will be your instinct, like a human parent, if you like, out in the field. It will be your instinct to keep your people safe, and therefore you will want to know which way the winds blow, what is safe, what is not safe. And so it's very important that there are some people who are discovering the essential information, basically around your safety, around keeping you safe. That is the theme here. And so keeping yourself safe is an important practice, and the auric practice of opening your centers and surrounding yourself with mirrors that face outwards, that is one practice. There are many practices, but the one that is most important is maintaining the level of your thought to be creative, positive, aligned to Source, and, you know, bringing goodness, nourishment, bringing love, bringing upliftment. That is what matters right now. So your judgment is then required, beloved, if you do find out lots of information that may or may not be truthful, as you say, is to choose those, and I know you've heard me because I've said this to all my beloveds, to choose those persons that you know have the stamina and the mental acuity, you know, to sift through it all and not be brought low. So you share in such a way that helps people be brought up, not brought down, because that is what all those energies are doing, trying to bring you down, trying to bring the vibration down for all the reasons that you probably know. Because, and you all know that when I work with you, I explain, you know, that the lower energies, frustration, fear, but these are only when they're not owned and dealt with by you. If you run fear, if you run frustration, if you run unconscious anger, if you run these terror, panic, if you're basically out of control and you're feeling that, you know, unsafe, and you're running those energies, they are an actual substance, and they don't help the situation, because actually they attract those lower entities. So you know that from your spirit work, from your light work. So you follow that same principle. You keep your energy body clean. You clear emotions. You own them. You use water, you know, fire cleansing, smudging, you know, walking on the earth, lying on the earth, laying in the waters. You use all the methods that you know to elementally cleanse yourself. But then you also tie-cut from the actual mental worlds. You remember they are entire universes, and you get in through your mind. So you come back, you know of them, you close the gate, and you come back because you don't want to be in those realities. They don't concern you. You're not part of them. You just found something out, and you come back to your world and to your creation work. I hope that's clear, dear one. Peace.
This is from Matthew. Dear Chung Fu, with regard to sending Reiki, healing, or other forms of healing I've been attuned to, is there a difference between that or just sending unconditional love with regards to its effectiveness of how it evolves my soul? Thank you.
With regards to its effectiveness for your soul.
Of how it evolves his soul.
There's no difference in terms of which is more evolving to your soul. Love is love and healing is love. But I thought you meant more in the efficacy of your healing. And again, it's the same answer, that you will be drawn to send pure love, is that if that is the most powerful form of healing for that being, or you will be drawn to send Reiki if the being is more receptive to that form of healing. So both are equal. Any energy that you genuinely give from your heart with the positive healing intention to improve another person's life, to bring them more power, more love, more light, is anything you do like that is going to it's going to boost your own evolutionary process. It's going to bring you higher, if you like, into the vibration of love. And you see, the thing is, once you start to do that, you realize that you're not separate, that as you send the love, so you receive it. So the more love you send, the more you receive. And that is also why you grow on the path. The more love you send, the more healing you send, the more people you help, the greater you feel, the better you feel, the more full of spirit presence that you feel. Peace.
Peace. Couple questions from Julia. I have regularly been drinking water from Italy in glass bottles recommended by cardiologists for good content, but I'm now forced to drink terrible tap water, smells of chlorine due to restrictions of purchasing, and not possible at all to find natural spring water in my area now. Please can Chung Fu advise what crystals to use or any methods to delete toxins and awful taste of tap water? I do place bottle and glass on a circular flower of life pattern. Note, local councils have padlocked natural spring water access.
And what about shungite, beloved? Has she used the shungite? You need to put shungite in your water.
Well, I gave her the recipe that's in the shungite book, which is 100 grams of elite shungite per 1 litre of water. But she just wanted to know if there were any other ancient forms or old ways of cleaning the water.
Well, the shungite is very important and probably the best way. Any crystals will also assist your water, but in terms of actually taking out some of the metals and the chlorine, the taste of the chlorine, the shungite is probably your best bet. Having said that, you don't have any availability of, there are some filters that can be purchased. Is that not possible for you? Just even a normal jug filter will take out some of that as well, in addition.
And she also asks, half a mile walk from my home in direct line is High Water Tower, owned by Water Company. There are 6, possible even 7 or 8 new tech masts with white, large and small satellite dishes with every mast, and many people walk up there. Please can you advise of risk or danger walking nearby this water tower, and what distance should be kept away from it? Thank you so much, dear Chung Fu and all the team.
Well, I think you know, because we did talk about it, I think in your session, didn't we? This tower and the fact that they put the new tech up there. So as I've explained, we are working really hard to get this tech turned off, basically 100% turned off. We cannot say whether we will succeed immediately or a little time will go by. But also you need to work at your end to, as much as possible, bring it to the attention of local councillors, the information that is available, the science that is available. So from that point of view, it's to understand that, yes, I mean, distance does affect the power of the radio wave. So the further away, yes, it's not quite so powerful. It's still very powerful, though. So I'm saying that 500 yards. It's, you know, any closer than 500 yards, and you're in actually a very dangerous zone, and so it's not really very far, 500 yards. So it's understanding that people are getting irradiated, and that is something that you're going to, if you like, more and more discover in your world. People having these kinds of sicknesses that are basically radiation sickness of one kind or another. And the sooner the doctors and all the scientists come out with that truth, the sooner they come out of fear, the fear of speaking that truth, or fear of reprisal or one thing or another, the better. We believe that this will start happening because of the almost the 100th monkey, or the law of, you say the butterfly effect. You can say any law in the universe where enough people raise the vibration and raise the issue to the point where it's expressed in the sphere, in the human sphere. It's a voice. It's heard again and again until basically, all the politicians and people who, to be honest, aren't even bothering to do the research because there's such a pressure on them to just accept what they're told, and this kind of obedience type of mentality linked to the paycheck. And so it's realizing that you are very, very important. Every human being must speak up. So yes, beloved, thank you for your question and for your awareness, and that awareness does need to be in the hearts and minds of everyone. And we would not be surprised if some act of vandalism may well occur there. Peace.
Peace. You've noticed I bang on about shungite a lot. I've been using it on my body now, 7 chunks of elite shungite. Well, more than that actually, because I'm a bit nerdy. But I've basically been using it 5 years now on my body. And I don't go a day now without using it in my chakra opening practice. So sometimes I will do it for twice a day.
So the reason he's doing that is to balance his electromagnetic field with what the shungite does, is to provide a very supportive energy to the positive aspect of the electromagnetic field. You've got a lot of negative electromagnetic field around you in the atmosphere. So what the shungite does is to neutralize that and to help your field stay strong and healthy. Now, we have got the new tech coming in, and we haven't got enough experience yet. The shungite's work there. We know that it will help to an extent. And we're still basically saying don't bring it in, because there are a lot of people who are very, very sensitive, and it's a very penetrating type of Wi-Fi, of radiation, even very close to being a kind of a weapon, basically. So you understand that, many of you. And that's why you do need to raise your voices. Don't just think, oh, it'll go away. No, it will go away if you send it away.
Yeah, the other thing is to really just take your kind of, I would say, brave heart forward a step and wire up your house. Like, it costs us about £500 to do this, which you get an electrician around, and you basically have ports installed in all the bedrooms. There is no longer any reason to have Wi-Fi on in your house. You might have some wires traipsing around, but that's better for your health than wireless. So I encourage you just to look into it and actually just do it. Alana, I've started this spiritual practice every day since starting the Rise and Shine program with Chung Fu.
Wonderful. I'm delighted.
Awesome.
Delighted, Alana. Well done.
Awesome. Dropody, thank you, Chung Fu. You just answered my question. Great telepathy. Yeah. Linda says, how do I cope when I get overwhelmed with the ascension?
How do you what? Cope?
How do I cope?
Right. So, beloved, you know, the thing about ascension is it's the most wonderful thing. What you're getting overwhelmed with is probably the amount of changes in your body. That must be what you're talking about. So rest, make sure you relax, take care of yourself, have baths, soak in, if possible, some beautiful salts, some Himalayan salt or Epsom salt or magnesium, something to relax your body, because what it is the solar energies are so strong, the ascension power is very strong, is that you get a bit tense. Your body is trying to keep up. So you need to relax. You need to relax and have faith and understand this is about love. This is about more love coming in to the physical plane. And so it's really necessary to tune in to any small places that are feeling fear or limitation and take more care of yourself. Really nurture yourself. That is the word, nurture yourself. And then you will have a much better experience. Relax, dear one. That's the thing. It's natural. Ascension is actually natural. It is the coming into attunement with your higher self and the divine beings. Nothing could be more wonderful. Peace, dear one.
Oh, peace. Great love. Beautiful question, Linda. Also, I would like to say on the back of that comment that we do have two very, very high power essences here, which do aid that big, whole thing of ascension. So here we have Solar Logos essence, and in the previous live streams, I've also already brought this goddess Isis essence forward. Chung Fu, would you like to speak about
Well, it's very interesting to talk about essence because, of course, you are essence. Water, carries essence. You are so much water. And these essences are made with holy water that has been blessed with the actual essence presence coming into the water, so that the hands have blessed the water. The beings have come through this vehicle, and that is the beings of Isis has blessed the essence that is used to create this, which can be shared, and it's been made with that intention to share, with that intention for you to be able to embody that presence. The Solar Logos essence, this is the power from the divine source. This is the creation power we are talking about. This creation power that comes in, this was especially blessed by Melchizedek. Melchizedek is the Christ light coming forward. Really, the name means the great one. Melchizedek is to understand that you all have this presence within you. As soon as you open up to the divine source, these are the presences that you are able to connect with, but sometimes you can't quite. Sometimes you just need a little bit of an extra help, an extra boost. So the water in your body is able to translate the essence that comes in this essence and to bring it throughout your body, to enable your body to receive the presence within you. So I really do recommend that you use these essences, especially at this time when you need that additional boost. You need that ability to connect to source. And that's really what these essences are all about, beloved ones.
Peace.
Peace.
So if you do want these essences, they are £18.50 plus postage. So do just drop us an email with a little request, and we'll sort one out for you, or two if you want to. From Janet, I want to be a beacon of love. I am a beacon of love. My ringing in my ears. I want to hear clearly the messages from you and my spirit guides and angels. Help me to hear clearly. Thank you, Chung Fu.
So what I suggest for you, beloved, is that you have a notebook or a recorder when you go into ascended states, and that you start saying whatever comes. Random words is fine. It doesn't matter. It can be, chicken, fox, hen, love, peace. They can be monosyllabic. Just let your body resonate. Feel as though you are translating that ringing. That ringing is coming through, and you're turning it into words. Can be sentences, of course, but don't monitor them. Don't think, oh, that's a load of rubbish. If it comes out backwards or upside down, or even words that you don't understand, don't worry about it, but make the intention to bring through the ringing as words, as sound from you. So the ringing is a part of you, as it were, ringing, if you like an alarm call waking you up. And you are waking up into the speaking of it. So if you make that connection and you make an intention to flow into messaging, what will happen at some point or others, you'll start saying sense. You don't judge it, though. It's not, you're not hurrying towards that. What you're doing is trying to connect with the mechanism of your psychic hearing and translate it into voice. Now, that may continue like that, or other developments may happen as well. But most importantly, make sound. It could be that you just find yourself listening to the sound and just going, because maybe it hurts a little bit, or maybe you're going to be going, ooh, along with it, because that's what feels like it's saying. So in mediumship of all kinds and in telepathy, nevertheless, an interpretive faculty is happening. With telepathy, you're translating thought into thought forms. Pure thought has no form, but in telepathy, there's meaning that's being conveyed in the thought. So the thought has a form, and you are interpreting the form then as words of meaning. So that's really what the work is, dear one. It's a developmental work, and that's what you're being given to work with. So do your best, dear one. Peace.
If you're new on today and somebody has shared it with you, this live stream, somewhere in this comments thread, you'll see get notified when Chung Fu channeling goes live. So do go and click that plus button if you'd like to jump on board all of these live streams and join your love and power with ours to grow our strengths together. That would be awesome. Message from Leela. Hi, Chung Fu. I have 2 questions from my amazing mummy. Big smiley face. Do animals go to the same place as us? And will we ever see aliens? Thank you.
So place is time. Time and space is place. So the earth is a place. In terms of spirit, vibration, and reality, there are many places, if you like, many vibrations, many resonant areas, light worlds, beyond what I can really describe. Sometimes your animals, if they're your pets, they're very much close to you, they will literally come with you in the spirit world. There's no law that says, excuse me, human beings only enter here. It's just not like that. You got some very evolved, beautiful animals, so wise, so loving, and so golden-hearted. And sometimes they will find you in the spirit world, and they will come with you wherever you go. And so, to talk about the spirit world is another whole discussion. It is not a place that's, if you like, a place. It's not boundaried in that way. It is vibration. It is light. It is resonant fields. It is, in that sense, you could say it's what you imagine it to be. Indeed, that is a good description of the spirit world. You go to the world you have created. And that's also why this is such a wonderful time for you, that on earth you have this opportunity to create the world you want to be in. Now, if you listen to those words very carefully, you will understand what that means. That means that something has happened on the earth. And that relates to your second question, will we see aliens? Well, there are already aliens on the earth that you do see, but they're in human bodies. So I don't know what you mean by aliens, but I am assuming you mean beings from other star races, aliens in that sense. So there are, of course, those who are beneficent to you and those who are maleficent to you. Like on earth, you're not all friends, have you noticed? And there are some pretty strange behaviors from some human beings. So yes, you already do see them, but I think I know what you mean. You mean, will we see light beings who look very different from human beings, alighting on the planet, as some people say, or promise, or perhaps imagine even? So the answer is not quite yet. There is evolution of the light body of the human being, the earth body, as well as the light body, so the physical body. And over the next hundreds of years, not in your lifetime, as far as I can see anyway, that the evolution of the human race is such that they become much lighter in literally physical terms, but also in the emanations, that the light bodies become much more, well, you could almost say transparent, or of a different kind of substance. So the physical matter isn't quite so dense as well. And as that new body of humanity evolves, which it will naturally, according to the laws of ascension, which are happening already, then yes, at that point, you will notice someone coming towards you, and you will know, a bit like you do now know the qualities of different human beings. You know that this is a very vibrant, generous, good human being who makes you just feel warm all over. But this is a rather kind of dubious kind of human being. You're not sure what they're up to or what they're going to maybe take from you, or you just don't feel very comfortable around them. You already have your response to the different light bodies that are approaching you, that can't tell a lie, you see. And so the same will be that you have a different kind of sight that lets you in to understand who you are meeting, where they come from. And yes, beings will come upon the earth more easily, as the earth will be in a different phase of physicality that is not so dense as it is now. I hope that's a reasonable answer. It's such a big subject that you brought up, dear one. Thank you for that.
Peace. Linda says, hi, Chung Fu. How do you bring your chakras into alignment?
Well, if you have my chakra practice, basically through visualization, through awareness, through feeling, through sensing, when your chakras are out of alignment, it's actually very uncomfortable. You don't feel well. And you can locate where it is through often bodily pain and discomfort. So you sit for a while and you open up, and then you think, it feels a little uncomfortable around here, around my heart center. Or, I got a sense of feeling blocked in my throat center. Or, I can't see a thing out of my third eye. And you start to monitor the sensations in your body that are basically speaking to you. When you understand that your body is this extraordinary broadcasting instrument, it has microphones, if you like, it has a whole system of how it can communicate with your intelligence, with the living spirit, because, you're not your body, you inhabit your body. And your body has extraordinary intelligence that you build into it all the time, all the time. However, you have a super intelligence that is born of your spirit and also constantly downloading into your body. And that needs your body's reflection in present time, in that you have parts of you existing beyond this time-space reality of Earth. And then you have, if you like, your earthly self, who has a very here and now, I'm hungry, I'm cold, oh, I'm too hot, oh, I'm really tired, I'm this, I'm that. And these physical sensations, very, very important, of course, tell you whether enough energy is coming through from the source, the love, the power, the spirit power of you, whether enough of that is coming through to nourish your being, your light body. And that's your chakra system, if you're...
So I've just shared with you, Janet, the chakra opening practice.
Good. Perfect.
Peace.
Thank you.
Lovely. So yes, shungite is spelled Shungite, and it's a supercarbon molecule, C60 carbon molecule, and there's going to be a shungite temple journey empowerment practice which is going to go on YouTube come Friday. So if you want to go deeper with your shungite, this temple practice is where Amon Shungin, who is the oversoul warrior deity, he's a sixth dimensional solar lord. Chung Fu takes us to meet Amon Shungin in the practice, and then Amon Shungin kind of guides us by the hand, if you will, into the heart of his Shungite temple to kind of assist you in ridding the body of any fear or pain or, any deep emotions. Any trapped sound or ringing of the ears, anything at all, really. He can really help you to, move any stuck heavy matter or blockages within you. So that practice is going to be on YouTube. So do check it out come Friday. Alana says, I heard yesterday that the new tech is already coming through our Wi-Fi and into our home, even if not in an area with the new masks. Is this true? And apart from wearing and placing shungite into our homes, what else can we do to protect ourselves?
Well, what Jerome was talking about with the wiring, I know it's expensive, and so it's a problem for some, but you can also require it. If you're renting a property, you can ask for that to be done on health grounds. Basically, you're very sensitive, I understand. And that is the whole point why I say to you, you can express your refusal, really, to be bombarded by this, to claim your health, to actually make your voice heard. Because unless people speak up and say, I'm not feeling well with this, or however that is, you see, then they have no reason, really, to switch it off. So that's why the voices have to swell from the ground level to say, no, we're not feeling good with this. But of course, right now, I'm sort of letting you in ahead of time, if you like, which many of your friends are. But you can look across to see what has happened with this technology in other parts of the world. And it's really quite serious. And it's the truth. And scientists have put out all the information, even if you haven't had the time or opportunity to read it all. So you can take it from me and from many of those coming forward in your world. It is urgent that you say no. So that's all I'm saying, is don't be surprised if you do feel a little bit unwell with this. Now, if it's not actually literally pointing at your home and switched on above you, if you like, and the satellite isn't, then you will just have a general, yes, there will be a general presence.
She says she rents, and she says the hub option could work. Linda says, how can I start to heal my body from all the pain I have been through in my life so I can give myself and others unconditional love.
What a big question, Diwen. What a big question. All the pain in your body, of course, is in a sense, you could say it's the imprint of abuse and cruelty and or whatever you have sustained there. The thing to remember, beloved, is that it's not happening now. So it is a consciousness work where you address different parts of your body and you listen as though you might listen to somebody telling a really deep and really painful story, but you listen. And every time you hear, they hurt me, they made me afraid, I felt so diminished and crushed. Every time you hear some emotion about the pain, you feel a part of you coming in with an enormous amount of compassion, like you are basically embodying the goddess. You are both parent and child. If you like, that the part of you that's talking about all the pain is like a child. It's your human self. It's you who have sustained the injury, who feel really, unfairly treated, and you're talking to the part of you that is embodying divine presence. And so it's like an understanding within you of your multidimensionality. So that is why you need to work at opening your chakras and bringing in that higher self and your divine essence. Because as you do that, you realize more and more that the only healing really that can ever occur is what you bring for yourself. And that is the work. That's the empowerment. There is no one outside you who can do this work. I think you know that. But the simple recipe of I am the living spirit, I am the divine presence, and I arrive to hold my wounded self, to love her, and to say to her, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that I exposed you to that cruelty, to that negativity, to be hurt. As though you're taking responsibility and you're holding her and you're saying, I love you. I'm holding you. I'm taking care of you. You are protected. It's never happening again. And you can release your tears into me so that you're really releasing. But that is the point, is sometimes you have, that's what therapists are about, really. They stand in for that part of you. But ultimately, it's you who needs to do that work. Peace to you, Wen.
Hilary says, I have been planting seeds all day and I have used quartz and flint in the earth before. And however, I must get some more shungite. And so, yeah, well done, Hilary. That's awesome. We love to hear this sort of stuff. And an amazing channel I recommend on YouTube is the Cosmic Reality, which is a shungite radio show. It's called Cosmic Reality on YouTube. Lady, is it
Nancy Hopkins?
Nancy Hopkins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's she is total G. Absolutely, yeah.
Very on point.
Very on point. We'd love to have Chung Fu speak on that channel. Actually, that would be cool. So if somebody outside of the circle wants to comment on her videos and say you should have Chung Fu channel come and speak. All right, we'll do one more question because Sandra did ask a question a few days back and we didn't get. Maybe it's a half question. I'll read it anyway as we go out. It is as if all the fuss and bother towards Brexit now has no meaning for future separation as we have to work together more. Sandra.
Well, beloved, yes, it's all an illusion anyway, isn't it? The whole world, you can see what is happening, and you can see it on the negative side of the global takeover that's been trying to happen on the negative side. But you can also see the wonderful positivity and the irony of the fact that you can all connect. You can all empower each other. You can all rise up and do something wonderful together. That's right. But that means you got to find your voice. Each one You got to find how to connect with each other. You got to make your dream together. It is a big exercise. And that is why I'm coming forward to really, use this time very, very well so that you all find yourselves coming out into a new strength in the new times that are ahead, where you will need that strength to be able to be that co-creator in the physical here and now. So build the strength on the inside. Imagine the world you really want to live in. Understand that you have these tools of communication to be used for the good, for the very good, and for the healing of people. Blessings and peace to you.
Blessings and peace.
So to just finish today, if that's all right, Jerome, do you have something to say?
Well, just if people want to donate, the PayPal is chungfuchannel@gmail.com. So if you want to donate to Chung Fu's cause and help him get his message out there, and for Sally's efforts, she works very hard for us all, then do donate. Blessings and love.
Peace to you, ones. And I want to end with a little visualization for you as the subject of the new tech has come up. And of course, all of you know what I'm talking about, and the intensification of the electromagnetic sphere that you're living in, and a certain bombardment with very strong Wi-Fi vibrations. I mean, they're more than very strong. They're just very, very, very strong. So how to mitigate against that also. We've talked about the Shungite, and we've talked about general positivity. And just to remind you as we go out today, to use my chakra meditation, where I have helped you spin the chakras. This next level of chakra opening is necessary now to keep up with developing your light bodies to be able to be resistant to those forces. So if your electromagnetic field is also spinning at that rate, it's energized, it's moving, it's literally itself intelligent with the universe you're in, you're going to be a lot more protected than if you're sort of passive and too, if you like, too down in the energy field. You got to raise your energy field and spin your chakras and feel how you are in that way arriving in a big presence with all of you, and you are energetically, you are energizing the field around you. When a field is energized like that and spinning and radiating a positive field, the other energies can't enter in. So with that, with your mirrors, with your circles of light around you, in that way, basically, and with a strong, spinning, powerful electromagnetic field around you, that is also very important at this time, that you learn how to do that, and to do that really quickly, to just enjoy, a bit like you enjoy breathing, to enjoy thinking, yes, I'm just energizing my field, just a few seconds, spinning my centers, that's it, I'm radiating this power, this love, this light. I'm out. I'm big. I'm strong. Because the effects of fear and panic and negative information, they bring you in. They diminish you. They contract you. So you have to work from your hara up and out with the energy, and feel yourself like an engine constantly, even in your sleep. You don't have to do it consciously. You just set it to happen, that your field is spinning in synchronicity with the whole universe, that you are adjusting your vibration right now to become stronger and able to protect yourself. And of course, mothers, when you do that in your field, you protect your child. And when I say child, I do mean right up to the age of 16 or so, the ones that are dependent upon you, that are in your home, that you're taking care of. When they're a little older, you'll find, you have it's a little more difficult to help them to understand what they need to do. And so the answer is, if you've got older ones also in your home, you get a kind of special dispensation at times like this to look after them. And so spin your centers and spin your field around your beloveds, your animals, your children, and all those who need your love and protection.
Remember, you're not alone.
Not alone at all. Remember to connect with each other here, and also to remember this whole temple of light, which is very big, is also connected to many others. Thank you so much for coming forward, dear ones. I leave you with this blessing today. May the living spirit that is within all things bring you the intelligence you need from the source of your being. Open your eyes to what you need to see in order to feel strong, present in your heart center, loving and compassionate. In order for you to grow, to be strongly on your spiritual path and bring forward into your life all that you need in great abundance, in the beauty way, with the greatest of ease, as you create in your life the new reality built on love and connection, togetherness and communication, kindness and compassion, generosity and sharing, deep soul connection, abundance for all, plenty for all, and deep understanding that is beyond the mind. Farewell for today, dear ones.